Hey, thanks for joining me. I'm really excited for this video. This is, if you guys know, if you've seen the shadow work playlist or seen any of my videos on shadow work, or ever heard me talk about shadow work in any way, shape, or form, you will know that it's one of my biggest passions. I absolutely love it. I feel like it's such a easy, simple, fast, quick, easy, light switch, aha moment thing that anybody can do anywhere, very little or no, nothing required. It's something that's easy to remember so you don't forget about it. And again, it's one of those things everybody talks about shadow work, but what the hell is it? Everybody's got their own versions of it. But essentially, my version, I've got the whole playlist free here on YouTube explaining it. So check that out. You can also just get to the link tree and find it there real quick and easy. I've got it listed on the link tree as well. So we have our shadow work, and then now we're having our shadow work in, within this program and kind of using it in a little bit different of a way. Because normally when we do shadow work, I would start with, a problem, an issue, a feeling, a negative feeling that I don't like, whether it's within myself, a situation, or with someone in particular. Okay. So with this is not going to be about other people. This is, it could be a little bit, and it will end up being probably about other people, but especially if it's about like your body or something, it's going to be largely looking at yourself. And this can really get deep into some of our thoughts, beliefs. We can get into this deprogramming of these negative thoughts and beliefs that we've accumulated over the years, because people, nobody taught us this stuff, and people in fact have been hiding this information from us actively to keep us basically oppressed as a society. But that's another video. So the premise of shadow work for this exercise. So you're frustrated, you're feeling your frustrations with your goal. You made your goal, you've done your work that we've talked about so far, and maybe you aren't seeing any results yet. There's no sprouts, or maybe there's only these tiny little sprouts that you're trying to water, you're trying to do everything right. Maybe you're trying too hard. Go have some fun. Remember, infuse the fun into the situation and see what happens. It's the magic dust. It's the sprinkling to activate that emotional energy, right? But a lot of these patterns, again, they don't just break because we decided to write a bullseye on a piece of paper and, make a little plan and do a little imagining. You don't, even as powerful as that imagining can be, and trying to say some of these mantras, these are very persistent. Again, when you think the same thoughts, that's how our brain works with the dendrites, and it's the pathways, the neural pathways, and the plasticity. It's just like I would use this metaphor in raising my kids so much. The paths that you take, when you go over that path one time, the next time it's going to be easier because you're going to see your tracks. The next time it's going to be easier, and it's going to be more worn in, and it's going to be like, the next time you almost don't see the other path that you could take because this path is so worn in. And that's how we get into really bad habits in our life, whether it's actions or our ways of thinking. And so this is a really, really, really good way to get you out of some of those ruts. And again, so these are going to be great for attacking some of these goals that you've had for a long time, that you've never made any progress on, that you maybe have made progress on and then lost your progress on it, and all of that stuff. So for example, you have your frustration. This is taking too long. Okay. There is no action happening. Write it down. Okay. I know we don't like to focus on these things, but for this exercise, we're not going to be revisiting these thoughts and focusing on these thoughts. Like, our brain is doing enough of that already, but we're going to get them out. Once they're down on paper, they're going away. This exercise is going to help us take them away, right? This is taking too long. There's no action on my goal. Nothing's happening. There's no interest in my business. There's no changes in my body. Like, I'm stuck. This is a plateau. And then you can even get deeper into it. Like, maybe, I'm worried, that people don't like me, and that's why nobody's helping, nobody's wanting to support my business. Or, I'm worried that it's just like I'm a failure and I'm just bound to be fat forever. And, like, unhealthy, like, why, my family, all these, again, these patterns. Take them, get them down, and then we're going to basically do the same thing that we do with our, issues on, somebody else, or our issues for our shadow work. You're going to take it and basically flip it. This is the easiest way to do it, is just flip it. So it helps you, again, identify your mantras. So it's taking too long. I'm going to fall over here. It's taking too long. What's the opposite of that? Oh, things are moving so fast. Things are moving so fast. Okay, so let's apply this to a business. In reality, if you are expecting your business to blow up, if you are expecting your business to take off, sail in the sky, smooth sailing, super glorious success, as we should all be imagining, right? Clearly, that's my business up there in the sky, just smooth and saily, right? Or my habits, or my routine, just smoothing along, sailing along, whatever. You should be expecting, so you should be anticipating. So if your goal is that your business is going to take off and be a self-sustaining, financial, whatever business or goal, then you better get ready. That's the part of the bullseye that helps you practically, because it helps you realize what the heck you need to do to physically get ready to be that person that you want to be. Okay? Because people who actually make things happen, they don't just sit around and dream and then that's it. They dream, then they get excited, and then they act, and then they do stuff, and they make things happen. But if they don't sit around and do that planning, they're not going to have the best ideas to do, and it's not going to get done. If they don't take that time to sit with their goal, it's not going to go anywhere. So you're flipping it here. And again, by flipping it, you're starting to realize, wow, things are moving fast. And again, this is just like the holistic law of attraction, or the shadow work, with, when you're using it on other people, you're starting to realize, like, okay, wow, like, they are like not being a total butthead, by doing that. Like, oh, actually, I do see another side. And that's where it like flips it into this same period of time that we're looking at, the next month or so, whatever. Instead of seeing that as, oh, this is taking too long, I just want to see results now, and I don't know why anything isn't happening right now, and seeing it in a negative side, we're seeing it as the glass is half full. We still have 3 weeks to prepare for this surge of energy that we know that's going to happen. So physically, you're going to start physically getting ready. If you're doing launches, if you're realizing you need launches, you're going to have to start using this space. You better get it cleaned up. If you know that you're going to have to start making something for your team, a website or a group, a Facebook group, you're going to start making the group. If you know that you're going to need new workout clothes, you're going to start shopping for those, this sort of thing. Okay. So it helps you get to the practical. It helps you reframe stuff. It helps you get out of, oh, poor me, why is it taking too long mentality. Oh, focusing on the no action. Oh, I'm getting so much action and attention. Okay. It helps you to frame that mantra into something that is exciting, and that realize, like, you can just flip the switch just like this. And it really wouldn't take, and again, this is it's kind of a transitional type of mantra, and it helps you figure out these transitional mantras should be, because again, you're not just taking this giant leap to your brain trying to say, oh yeah, now we're executive director, now we're super thin and fit and everything's fine, 6-pack abs after, you know what I mean? And a lot of us, like, if you're trying to change your body, it's again so hard when you've got this big bloated gut. It's like so hard to imagine flat abs when your stomach is physically hurting because you just binged on too much food or whatever. Again, speaking from experience. So instead of saying, oh, I've got these 6-pack abs, now you're saying, okay, we started with, I'm in a plateau. There's no action, no changes. When you just start to say to yourself, okay, maybe I'm seeing some changes. Okay. Instead of, or just go full in and just flip it and say, okay, instead of no action and no changes, I'm starting to see a lot of changes. And it just, even though we're just starting to see it, again, it's kind of transitional for you to get that attention and action and focus into the possibility that yeah, you could start seeing, and that it is practically, it's not all going to happen at once. So it is the most practical way for you to start imagining just these little baby steps at first, and these can help you figure out what that baby step mantra should be. And again, it can really just help you to kind of flip the switch. It can help you like start to think of things again. Oh, only 30 people showed up for this live, or only one person showed up for my live, only one person liked this post. Well, guess what? That is one person that I'm thankful for, that I'm grateful for. Look at this action already started. You know what I mean? It's kind of basic, but when you can again get into the habit of doing this, it helps you to be able to realistically say like, wow, look, there's a little bit of progress. Wow, look, there is a sprout. And for me, this got really deep, and I want to kind of take you through because it's kind of hard for me to explain the depth without getting into the example. So I wanted to actually use this for my business because, again, I realized I wasn't going to get a paycheck for like months and months all of a sudden when I thought that I was for switching over to my new job. So I was like, oh, okay, this really, if I'm honest with myself, you know, I can say my happy mantras all day, but if I'm really honest with myself, I am feeling frustrated that this is taking too long. There's no action. Nobody's paying attention. You know, not enough people are liking and nobody's buying. There's no orders, you know, this and that. Like I try not to focus on the negative, but I couldn't deny that it was actually bugging me. So again, we're not going to deny the negative feelings. We are going to address them head on and use them. So I said, okay, things are moving so fast. Things are moving so fast. The exact opposite of what I'm feeling. I'm going to write down and I'm going to make that my mantra. Things are starting to move fast, and maybe not so fast. Maybe they're starting to move. Again, maybe I'm just starting to see little sprinkles, or they're starting to move faster and faster. Again, build and build and build. I'm getting so much more attention now than even I was yesterday. Okay, I'm starting to get more comments. Oh, did you see I got 2 likes and it posted that one I got yesterday? That's a win. That's a sprout. Okay, I'm starting to get lots of questions. I'm starting to get a lot more likes. I'm starting to get feedback. Okay, I'm starting to get questions. And that leads into, okay, what is this really about? Why does everything I start like this have this feeling, and then why is it so deep that there's this sort of gross negative feeling that I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it makes me feel that nobody's ever going to support me. Oh, hey, maybe that's it. So I write that down. And then I have an emotional moment because I realize that I haven't had a lot of support from my family in my lifetime. I've had some narcissists, and I'm not exactly sure how many. You know what I mean? It's hard when you have people that sabotage you in your life, people that abuse you, take advantage of you, and it makes it really hard for you to expect positive things. You know, and again, this is just my personal emotional trauma from the past or whatever. And again, this can go into our health efforts and our fitness efforts as well. We've got shame. We've got deep, beliefs about, again, ourselves and our families and our just life in general, or our abilities to solve problems and do things and to get stuff done and to be beautiful, and to be healthy and to be happy in general, or to be prosperous and wealthy. So again, don't be afraid to sort of start off with the surface layer and then be like, well, why do I feel like this? And then help that lead you to more mantras. So now instead of saying, and I can say, on some level, maybe, my family hasn't supported me throughout my life, but on some level, my community and my family, my chosen family, lovingly supports me. And that, my dear, just gave me goosebumps. Again, that is my new mantra. That is my feel good, bring that emotion on. You hang on to the truth, even if it's only on some level that your family loves you, that your family supports you right now, you are hanging on to that. Well, on some level, my family actually does support me. My community does support me. And that's the proof right there. That's the proof. I can achieve things, and I'm going to write down that list of things that I've ever achieved in my life that were hard. If I can do those things, I can sure as hell do this. If she can do that, if that person can do that and be successful doing this, then I can too. There's nothing to stop me. I'm capable and I'm motivated and I'm not taking no for an answer. Okay, so I hope that this helps you as much as it helped me. Again, I felt like I really had a good emotional breakthrough when I kind of got to that point where I realized that yes, I had a complex about people supporting me. Even though I get hundreds of comments every week on Instagram and Facebook, many are compliments, whether it's complimenting my dedication and my workout routine, complimenting my looks, complimenting words that I wrote, whatever. It's still so easy for us once we get to a point and once we're looking at a goal, and that's kind of a trap that we can get into when we are trying to live our best life. It's like, oh, we're always chasing this goal. We forget to be happy with what we have. And when you start to, again, kind of be really happy and thankful and grateful that we do have this support that we have, and then you realize, oh, well, I could have just asked them this support. I could have just asked her to help me out, and then it helps you to move forward. Or if you're starting to feel better, from the inside about yourself and realizing that you can overcome and that, you can, all of this is mindset, and, you're getting over it and it's actually happening for you, and you start to kind of move. It's like, it reminds me of like scraping off something like caked on that's hard, like dirt or mud or whatever that's just scraped on there. Sometimes, you're just scraping and scraping forever, and then finally you get it loose and this big old piece just comes off and you've just moved mountains. That's how it feels like when you move stuff like this, because it's really deep, it's really stuck on there for a really long time, and it's so annoying and it's gunky and it's gross, and now you've just got this whole new clear slate to work with, to clean up a little bit more and to just start anew. It can really help. So use the shadow work, and I'm gonna get some of these videos uploaded for you guys, and then come back with more. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.